Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode by Poor Man Gamer. This video is going to be kind of interesting because I actually tried to upload it yesterday and I couldn't get the audio to work, and I already lost all my gameplay since then, so I'm actually dubbing over my own voice and video on top, so I don't know what I said originally. So a couple of things. One, I started a Discord, so check it out in the description below if you guys want to join. From now on, all the Learning from the Greats and Inspiration Mondays and Try Your Deck Thursdays, all that fun stuff. The information is going to be found on Discord, so go ahead and check it out. This video is about the level 9 championship Blitz that I recently played. I had so much fun playing, right? I believe this was the best championship Blitz ever because it gave me a chance to play some of the world's top players or like highest ranked players on level ground, and that never happens. So what I'm actually going to do is show you a couple videos. I used both a GDI and not deck. I kind of got up to a rough start. I lost one game because one of my kids climbed all over me as I was playing. That was against BioGK. Yeah, but it was fun. I got to play against Magni. I got to play against Offshore. I got to play against a bunch of other guys, and it was so cool. I ended up winning 11 games. Lost 4. Some of them I legitimately just got outplayed, and I'm going to try to show you guys some of the strategies that I'm using. So in this one, I'm on the right hand side, the opponent's on the left. I like to start out with a Harvester, and then I open with a War Dog in my GDI deck. As you can see, there really isn't anything special in this GDI deck, right? And the reason I start off with a War Dog is because it allows me to scout at such a small map. If I start off with a Harvester and the guy tank rushes me, I can still recover by using the War Dog to body block. So right now, in terms of matchups, what I'm doing is I'm using my Pitbull on the top and my War Dog on the bottom. Pitbulls are obviously not the best against infantry, but it's also not weak against infantry, right? I actually get a matchup advantage here. The reason I'm moving my Pitbull to the bottom is because I'm trying to get all my troops, all my ducks lined up in a row, and I'm just trying to play my matchups here. So I'm gonna go ahead. I do see that he's got a what you call it, a Giga Cannon. This map, I think this is one of the first games that I played, and it was a little bit off to a rough start. I should have used my Pitbull to engage his Giga Cannon, but I should have used my Shockwaves at the top, you know, doing all that stuff I'm supposed to do. And as you can see here, I don't micro very well whatsoever, right? I'm using my Jump Jet troops against Riflemen, and I'm just scrambling trying to get this missile. I do see that Kim Buggy, and I totally get slaughtered in this first missile, right? So I'm doing everything I'm not supposed to do, right? Truthfully, that's what I did. I did everything I ain't supposed to do, and clearly I'm going to lose this missile. And the problem with the Giga Cannon is because of the spread damage that it does, you're going to lose, right? So look, I lose this first missile. Excuse me, fair and square, right? So I finally decide to wake up a little bit. I'm like, hey, I got to step up my game here. So I go ahead and knock out his Giga Cannon first. I still see his Chem Buggy, but his Chem Buggy is not really a primary concern of mine at this time because, you know, it's just a Chem Buggy. I take it out with the Pitbull. I do see his Phantom here, and this is where the tide really changed, and this is where I know that this guy's not that great. I know what he wants to do with the Jade Missile. He wants to blow up my base and finish it, right? And I'm not sure why he decided to fire a missile up there up against his Phantom, just to knock out one Pitbull. And as you can see, my base is actually fairly weakened. I don't have much of an economy, but you know, I'm getting sick and tired of this guy, and I'm thinking, all right, Poor Man Gamer, step up, right? And so I do. I'm going to go ahead and let this missile charge up. I think he wants to end this game as soon as possible now. I just see a Rifleman. I go ahead and finish off his I don't care about his Chem Buggy. Chem Buggies don't do much against vehicles. I'm going to go down and finish off his Harvester because I see he's building Phantom after Scorpion tanks, and those Chem Buggies aren't cheap, right? So I'm going to go ahead and rapidly take him out. As Chem Buggies, he's got no Harvester now, and I'm guessing he's thinking, oh, I might be able to blow up this guy's base and actually win this match. No, that's not going to happen, right? I had enough of this guy, you know. I'm checking to see if he has a Harvester. That's why I push my Pitbull up on the bottom left. I don't see anything, right? So I'm going to go ahead now and just try to win this missile. I'm holding my Pitbulls back intentionally because I know exactly what he wants to do. He's trying to save up an economy, build more phantoms. He's thinking, oh, if I send phantoms to his base, I'll use the phantoms to blow up his base because I'm so smart. No, you're not that smart. I got a pitbull there. I've got the missile. He should have built a harvester. He didn't. He's being totally pinched now in terms of his economy. And wow, look at that. Totally saw it coming. And guess what I'm going to do with my pitbulls? Pew pew. See, yeah. Right? I got off to an idiotic start. This was not my greatest match. Right? And so I'll tell you guys a little bit myself. This game's going to win. Nothing to see here. The reason why I haven't been able to consistently post videos every night is because what I normally do is I film on the weekends where I can. I recently started a new job, and I've got a couple side businesses as well. I've got a family, so it's just been chaotically busy. And sometimes by the time I play, it's like 10 or 11 at night. I'm trying to squeeze in whatever I can, and I'm pretty tired by the end of the day, to be honest with you. So by the time I get a chance to play, I'm totally gassed, right? So, no excuses, because at the end of the day, you win, you lose, right? Just letting you know, if you see bad play from me, or if you guys ever run into me throughout the weekdays, and you're like, why is this idiot, like, just randomly sending out units? It's just because I'm trying to rapidly complete the daily challenges, right? I'm not really trying to play to win. So I'll break down this match here. What I do with this Nod deck in particular is I'm going to start off with my Cyber Wheels. And I'm waiting so that I can go 2-on-1 on his missile squads. The reason for this is because I'm trying to gain an economic advantage. He's sending out 20 units that cost 20 Tiberium. Mine only costs 10. If I keep spamming Cyber Wheels, I'm eventually going to be able to save up for a tank or something stronger. And that's going to allow me to give more pressure on his harvester. And it also gives me flexibility because I don't necessarily have to build a vehicle. Now I can blow a flame squad, right? Where I still have a advantage. Notice how he's finally got a tank, right? I'm not actually overly concerned right now because tank versus infantry, obviously not much is going to happen. I'm going to go roll up my tank. And this missile has actually gone on a lot further. I'm going to show you guys, a couple of you guys have asked me questions about stacking before. So I'm going to show you what stacking is. Stacking is when you have used units that can fire on the move, like the Scorpion tank here. And then you run it back and forth by selecting an open tile on the other side so that you gain a matchup advantage. Notice how by running behind the flame tank, he doesn't target my Scorpion tank. That allows my Scorpion tank to cleanly take out his Predator. Even though at the same level the Predator tank is stronger, it allows me to fire off a shot against his Rhino, right? And so it allows me to come out ahead of this matchup. So that's what stacking is, and that's what you use it for. If you have multiple tanks or multiple units that can fire on the move, then you can stack multiple units. One-on-one Scorpion tanks lose against Predator tanks, and that's the technique I use. So right now, you're going to see stacking again. I'm going to go ahead and charge up the one in the back. Let the one that is not charged up take the damage, as you see there. So I can get off a few more shots against him. Right, that allows me to take out his Predator tank. And you're going to rapidly see here how close this becomes. The Predator tank one-on-one against a Scorpion Predator tank wins every time. Scorpion tanks are faster, right? But they're going to lose against a Predator tank because they're just a stronger unit. And so you see how I was able to almost come out ahead. If I didn't use the stacking method and allow the non-charged up tank to take the damage, I would have lost both my Scorpion tanks and his Predators would still be alive. You know, I'd be dead in the waters. So now I go ahead again. I'm moving my troops back. I send my flame troops down to soak up the damage, right? And now I'm trying to use my Scorpion tank to go down to get a shot off against his Predator tank. Notice how I got off one shot against his Predator tank, but my Scorpion didn't take any damage. So that's how you use this technique. So I'm actually okay with my Harvester taking just a little bit of damage for now because it allows my Scorpion tank, keeps it alive just a little bit longer. And once again, I'm trying to push down. As you can see here, I am actually in a bit of a trouble. He's got a whole bunch of tanks out on the map, and I don't have anything. So with this, so right now I have myself a bind. My bike is also not in a good position. I finally moved my Harvester out of the way. I roll out Scorpion tanks. Right now I'm playing very, very defensively. I move my bike to the middle. I am trying my best to hide my Scorpion tanks behind my bikes. So the logic for this is simple. Predator tanks are very powerful, right, against single units like Scorpion tanks, but they still take 3 shots because they don't have any splash damage to take out a unit like a bike. So that means they have to fire more shots to kill a bike. It takes longer for them to kill a bike than it does to kill a Scorpion tank. So I roll out my Inferno. I should have rolled it to the bottom and smoked both of them. I made a critical mistake here, but fortunately I was on all 3 tiles. He wasn't, and you notice that matchup on the top with the bikes, the Scorpion tanks. Sorry, the bike against the Predator tank, I was able to get the advantage because Predator tanks fire slowly. So that's how I use these matchups to my advantage. In this next matchup here, I'm going to show you a match against, I believe it was Off Drop. He's actually a pretty good player. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about him. I know Recycle. He is one of the top ranked players in the world. I think he's like in the 50th or whatever. 50th rank. So it was so much fun to get a chance to play him. Once again, I roll a Cyber Wheel. Right, I go ahead and just do some chip damage against him just to see what he's going to roll out. And I notice he rolls out a Laser Squad. So I'll move my Cyber Wheels down. I'm trying to gain a 2-on-1 advantage here. So that's where I'd engage him. His Rifleman isn't going to do any damage against me whatsoever. I'm just going to go ahead and knock him out. Notice how he's already committed to a bike already. Right, that's pretty early. And in this case, I can roll out a Scorpion tank. Once again, I am trying my best to try to use that stacking technique, and here's how not to do it. So here's what you're supposed to do. Move the Cyber Wheel up, move your Scorpion tank down, right? So then that way you swap places essentially, and you're able to use the stacking method. I didn't do that. I kept my Cyber Wheel on the bottom, and because there was no other place for the Scorpion tank to go on the other side, I wasn't able to stack, right? Rookie mistake for me. I roll out a stronger tank, so I let the stronger one take the damage first, bang, and then now I go down. The one with more health, I'm letting it take some damage, and now I go ahead and use my Scorpion tank to engage his bikes. I'm using my Cyber Wheels and to take out his Laser Squad, and once again I'm trying to hide my Scorpion tank behind my Cyber Wheels. The logic for that is because it takes 4 shots for the Scorpion tank to kill a Cyber Wheel. Notice how he is targeting my Cyber Wheel. That lets my Scorpion tank get free shots on his Scorpion tank. He finally realizes that, and bang, 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 I was able to rapidly knock him out. Right, I am trying my best to send my weaker Scorpion tank away, but I wasn't able to do so. But I still got 2 shots on his bike, and his bike's only got 1 strong shot and 1 weak shot against me. So now again, I have the advantage. Stacking done well, stacking not done well. Here's what you're supposed to do. Move the Scorpion tank up, move the flame troops down on that same tile, all at the same time. I made a mistake by focusing fire on the Laser Squad, so now my flame troops run all the way around in a circle like an idiot, and I lose his first missile. Because I'm dumb. Mistakes happen. That's okay. Right? We live and learn. Chem Warriors, I don't know if they nerfed it or something. I remember when I used to first play them, they were so strong and I always feared them. Now it feels like they don't have as much health as they used to. I feel like they don't do as much damage. And they're very expensive, which is why I don't like Chem Warriors. Plus, they are a epic card, meaning I can't really level with them because I can't get the cards. So I go ahead and use my Cyber Wheels against his infantry, which always gives me a matchup advantage. Right? A lot of rumor floats around that they're going to nerf the Cyber Wheel. I'm actually okay with them, to be honest with you. I don't think they're that strong. They don't have a lot of health. And this is where it gets a little scary for me. Stealth tanks I have seen used to great effect. They're a great anti-air counter, but because they take a long time to recharge, right, they're not as effective against tanks at the same level. They're just really good against air units. A very versatile unit, and when used properly, it can be so strong. I'm trying to pressure his Harvester right now, which is why I'm sending my Scorpion tank up. I roll up my Cyber Wheels, and I got my Flame Troop. So I do something funny here. I let my Cyber Wheels take out his Laser Squad because I'm pretty confident they'll knock it out quickly. I'm actually sending my Flame Troops up to the top to engage his Stealth tanks. The logic behind that is he doesn't do much damage against my Flame Troops, but I do a little bit damage against his Stealth tanks. Stealth tanks don't have a lot of health. And then when they're sitting on the tiles, stealth tanks can't hide. So what I'm really doing is I'm wasting his ammunition, right? By wasting his ammunition and letting him fire his missiles against my flame troops, it allows my Infernal to not take any damage and go bang, whee, and burn him to the ground, right? And that's really the logic behind it, because I had planned for the Infernal to come out. And now I am standing on 2 tiles, he's standing on 1. I should have moved my Infernal 1 up earlier, I didn't, and so I took some damage from the bike. Again, rookie mistake, it happens. I'm gonna leave my Infernal there. I'm gonna lose it, but okay, well, I knew I had enough to get the missile, which is why I didn't, but I was going to keep it there. So anyway, now I move my Inferno down. Another rookie mistake. With Infernos, you gotta pressure. I should never rolled it back. I should have stopped my weakened Inferno right there. I didn't. I saw the bike coming. Now I lost my Inferno before I was able to fire off a shot. Silly me, right? I go ahead and use my bike to body block. I use my Inferno on the enemy base. Here's how to properly use the Inferno. Make sure when you burn the enemy base, you target 2 tiles, right? Instead of 1. So you fire across so that you go on 2 tiles on the enemy base. If the enemy base burns faster, and I burn him to the ground. I love Infernos. I honestly believe they are not overpowered whatsoever. Anybody you hear complaining that Infernos are way OP, that's not true, right? There's a couple reasons. One, it's an epic card. So they are not easy to level up, especially for free-to-play players like myself. I've been playing since November, and I haven't had it leveled up until now, and I'm still only at level 9. Number 2, they are very slow, right? And number 3, the recharge takes forever. If you know how to counter them properly, you can totally take him out without much troubles. Here's my matchup against Recycle. I believe he's ranked pretty high up. I don't know if there's more than one Recycle in Warfare, so if you guys could confirm that with me. But, I don't know, I felt like he was a pretty good player, right, when I played him. So there it is, the 2-on-1, right, with the Cyber Wheels. And this is why I believe the Cyber Wheels aren't really overpowered. Look how quickly he was able to knock out all my Cyber Wheels, right? Fortunately, he walked right into it, into my pinch. And right now, I'm actually coming out ahead in terms of an economy. I'm going to let him blow up my weak one because I have no use for it now. It allows me to build units faster. I go ahead and let this, I'm charging up the missile. I assume right at this stage of the game he's trying to roll out something strong, which he does, which in this case is a Scorpion tank. A bike would have been good as well for him. I roll up my Flame Squad. Mistakes on my part. Notice how he smartly rolls out a Not Buggy. I should have retreated my Flame Troops. I didn't until it was way too late. And look how much damage I took, right? Before I now my Flame Squad is just sitting there and it's got no matchup advantage, right? I go ahead and let my Cyber Wheels take the damage while I engage his Not Buggy. I am trying my best right now to get on 2 tiles. He should have body blocked me. He didn't. And that pressure with the Scorpion tank on the bottom took him off the missile for just a little bit. It distracted him, and that got me the missile win. I was very fortunate to win that one. So here it is again with the stacking method. Stronger tank first to absorb the damage. Weaker tank on the bottom, right? So then I can go ahead and keep my tank alive just for a little bit more. My mistake was I didn't stack it properly. I let it move to the wrong tile, right? So my weaker tank still took damage. So I lost it, unfortunately. And as you can see here, he's pressuring me really, really well. I do have my Flame Squad doing good damage against his missile squad, laser squads. That Flame Troop is keeping me alive. He made a mistake here. He overpressured, I think, on my Harvester. There's no way with that weak unit he was going to be able to get me, right? So I was able to knock it out pretty well. I'm going to go ahead now and engage my Scorpion tank and use it against his Harvester. And I use my bike against his Banshee because it's my only strong air counter. I was able to win that first missile, so because of this, I have a little more leeway in terms of pressuring. I go ahead and build more bikes in case he rolls up more Banshees. Look at what happens on the bottom left here. If I know my tanks are totally screwed anyway, I'm just going to pound his base and do some chip damage. Because you never know later on in the game if I get the chance to roll out an Inferno or not. With the bikes, the key is to move them in position first. So notice how I got into position and then I was able to fire. If I was just a split second later, I wouldn't have been able to do as much damage to that Banshee as I did. I go ahead and roll up my Phantom now. Phantom is my strongest anti-air. I go pew pew and take it out. but he's still got the missile advantage here. I don't think I'm going to win this missile. So I just try to stall out as long as I can. I try to rush out another Phantom to try to get this missile, but I couldn't get there fast enough. And so I don't want to lose my Phantom for nothing. I go ahead and retreat it all the way back, and I build an Inferno. I knew that he was going to try to pressure my my Harvester down the bottom left. So take a look at here. At this stage of the game, I got 2 Phantoms. He's got no air units, but because I also kept a lot of his infantry alive with just 1 health, right? I figured, and I did the chip damage earlier on. Remember that? The Scorpion tank, how I was pounding away at his base. Whoops, sorry. This allows me to go ahead and roll out my Inferno and burn his base, and it also allows my Phantom to knock him out very quickly. So a little bit of damage adds up in the long scheme, right? That's why my tanks were targeting his base instead of his infantry, and that's why his infantry was just left barely alive. That's what allowed me to go ahead and win this match. I'm going to go ahead and now show you my matchup against All-Star Korea. He is not one of their highest ranked players, but he's still pretty good, and he kicked my butt legitimately. I did not play well in this matchup. So let's take a look here. He's going to go ahead and open with a Harvester just like me. Right, nothing too special here. We're going to speed up a little bit. I got Cyber Wheels. He's got War Dogs. War Dogs have more health. Cyber Wheels do more damage. To me, they pretty much break even. My mistake was I rolled out another Cyber Wheel. What I should have done was actually save up for a bike and then move my bike into position. Right, I didn't do that, and that was my first mistake. And he rolled out the Pippo a lot earlier than I did. I'm going to go ahead and roll out a Scorpion tank. Right, and obviously I have to take care of that Pippo. I am not going to let my Harvester die for no reason. So I take care of his Scorpion tank. I should have moved my Scorpion tank first into position. So as you can see here, I'm being very cautious. I don't want my bike to take damage without being in position first. At this stage, I did not see his MLRS. Right, he rolled it out with perfect timing. What I should have done was move my tank back and not engage him, but it was too little too late. And he was able to get a shot off against my Scorpion tank without me getting any shots off on him. MLRS are excellent in clearing off bikes, and obviously he's going to get this first missile. Yeah, perfect timing on his MLRS. So at this stage of the game, what I should have done was pay more patiently. I know I couldn't roll out any more ground units, so I roll out my Inferno. I actually did everything right, except here's what I should have done. Move that Inferno down instead of going to the top tile and immediately engage his MLRS, right? If I did that, I would have fired off a shot against the MLRS. I would have done damage on him. But now, me being stupid, I didn't do that, right? I allowed his Hammerhead to come out, and my Inferno did not do as much damage as it should have, right? My tank should have went up earlier. I didn't. I'm actually trying to pressure his Harvester because Hammerheads are not cheap, right? And I know that he's only rolled out ground and infantry units so far, so I figured my best way of attacking him is to hurt his economy. But as you're going to see here, I try to charge up my Scorpion tank to take out his MLRS, but he gets me instead. My Phantom does take out his Hammerhead one-on-one. It's a trade-off. He's got the jump jets. He's pressuring me really, really well. And now he's going to gain an economic advantage. I should not have rolled out a Cyber Wheel here. That was a bad mistake on my part. What I should have done was be a little more patient, see what units he's going to roll out before I could roll out my own units. And because of that, I think third mistake now in this match, he capitalizes on it. He body blocks me. I know I can't get on the missile. He gets both missiles and he gets the win. Right? All against these high-level players, all it takes is small mistakes and you're going to lose. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really believe this is the way Championship Blitz should be done. EA, if you're listening, please keep doing it this way. It's not a lot of fun when you cap it at level 11s or level 12s. I know you want to keep the whales happy, right? But this really opens it up a lot more for other players. So guys, thank you for watching. And as always, have a wonderful day. Take care.